YouTube! Hugs up! No, that really doesn't work in this format, does it? No. I'll settle for hello, YouTube. How's it going? Very, very excited. I took delivery of something really lovely today. Yeah, that was an odd moment, wasn't it? God, I can't make a video at the moment, can I, without some hideous double entendre creeping into it. Euphemism infested is what I am at the moment. Anyway, I took delivery of something beautiful today, which I'm gonna unbox and review right now. Look at that. This is Botcon RC. It's a repaint of one of my favourite Transformers in existence, Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia from the Beast Wars range, which I think I've reviewed twice. But I'm going to be reviewing it again today, because I'm going to do a comparison between the two. There are no remolds here, this is a direct repaint, and this, am I right in saying that this is the first toy of RC that's ever existed? I'm sure it's the first toy. For those who don't know, RC was created specifically for the Transformers the movie. She's a token female character, and token female characters in 1980s cartoons based on boys' toy franchises tended to be shit. They tended to be these hideous stereotypes. They were either bitches, or they were these passive, futile, heroine-type characters who didn't really do much. And RC is like one of the worst of the lot. She's like hyper-feminine, she's pink, she's a robot, but she has like lipstick and just it's horrendous. It's awful. This is just a beautiful rendition of her, and I like the way they've taken the character with this. This is RC as she occurs in the Beast Wars Beast Machines era, and as you can see, a lot has changed since her days as an Autobot. A hell of a lot has changed. She is now a Maximal. And boy, what a Maximal she is. She's become a reclusive psychotic. She had this attachment to one of the human characters from the original cartoon, this little bastard called Daniel. Absolute brat. Hated Daniel with a passion. He had, the way they animated him, he had those hideous sort of gerbil cheeks that were just like pouches that just made you want to slap him constantly. But she was kind of, well, basically his babysitter, his big robotic surrogate mother. And they developed some bizarre maternal attachment which was really distressing. To the point whereby in the Rebirth, the last cartoon, Daniel becomes her headmaster, so he sort of combines with her and becomes her head, and it's all really freaky and strange. In the comic that accompanied this toy, Daniel and another much hated character from the Transformers franchise, Wheelie, gets fucking killed. They get massacred, they get blown up fighting some alien invasion on Cybertron, which is great! Unfortunately, it drives RC into reclusive psychosis. She retreats from the war, she goes underground, she becomes this strange, mystical being, and she actually attacks, kills and devours other Transformers that wander into her lair. She goes completely wampy and upgrades and transforms herself until she becomes this wonderful thing. And that's how she manages to escape Megatron's, Beast Wars Megatron's purge of Cybertron as well. She's underground while it happens, so the Vehicons and the plague, the virus, doesn't get to her. Anyway, let's get this sucker out and start reviewing, shall we? Oh my god, she is so lovely. I'll tell you what, I was planning a video not too long ago based on a discussion I was having with Rob, Ominous Voice, and Will, the Ghost of Starscream, whilst I was around their house drinking a lot and not doing very much else really. We were talking about how there is a tendency amongst these fandoms for religiosity to develop, for people to take it just a wee bit too seriously. I was planning a video about that, but you know what? This toy, this is the kind of toy that makes me take it a little bit too seriously, because this mold, this whole mold, is just stunning. It's not just a toy, that's the thing. It's not toy-ish. For one thing, it's massively delicate. It's not really something to be played with. Even in its original incarnation, it's not really something to be played with. It's something to be admired and to be posed and displayed. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a rare example of a genuinely beautiful toy, and it's one of the things about Transformers that really attracts me, particularly the Beast era. It's the aesthetics of the things. There she is. There is Botcon RC, repaint of Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia, who I have around here somewhere. There is the original. There's Black Arachnia. Let's see if I can get them both on screen. Ooh, look at that, look at that. On balance, I do prefer Black Arachnia. I prefer her colour scheme, and I prefer her character as well. She's not so much of a simpering, passive bitch as RC used to be. Fortunately, RC isn't a simpering, passive bitch anymore. She's our big killer Black Widow White Widow Spider, I suppose, really. And you know how Black Arachnia had that wonderful gimmick on her abdomen where you could switch a spark crystal to either Predacon or Maximal? RC has it as well, but rather than being a Predacon and Maximal symbol, it's a Maximal and Autobot symbol. How freaking cool is that? Ah! Love it! Very, very pleased indeed. The plastic on this, because it is a repaint, the plastic on this isn't quite as good as it is on Black Arachnia either. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong, it's not like Reveal the Shield, Hot Rod, Rodimus terrible, but it's a little bit flimsy. Let's get rid of some of this shit that I've got around here. Yeah, I can go over there. And let's have a look at this thing. Oh my god, it's such a beautiful toy. It is easily, I'm planning, as many people seem to be doing, it seems to be the vogue thing at the moment, but I was asked by Freelancer to do a top 10 bot modes, and this mould, in one way, shape or form, it will almost certainly be the Black Arachnia one actually, will be in it, and will be right near the top. Right near the top. This thing is one of my favourite Transformers ever conceived. It's beautiful. There's really no other word for it. It's a beautiful toy. And I make no bones about that fact. It is a genuinely beautiful piece, and that's not really something you can say for many Transformers. They tend to be interesting to look at, they tend to be functional to look at, but there aren't many that are absolutely beautiful. These, just look at them, look at the asymmetrical patterning on their abdomens, look at the asymmetrical eyes on the heads, the colours, the transmetal colours, oh my god, they're wonderful! Absolutely stunning toys. Now, let's get this beauty into robot mode. Like Black Arachnia, it has these weird redundant bits. These wheels here that do fuck all. These missiles here that again do nothing. Obviously parts of a redundant tertiary mode, like, well, I was going to say like a certain Dragon Former from the Transmetal 2 range, but as we all know, it's a bizarre delusion that Transformers fans suffer from. They think that Transmetal 2 Megatron and Transmetal 2 Cryotech have a tertiary mode. It's bullshit. I don't know where they get it from. Absolute bullshit. Block it from your minds. Ooh, this transformation's so lovely. Look, I mean, look at that for a freaking mess. This, you see, this here, this, actually, you can sort of see a potential alt mode there, can't you? Almost like a battle platform thing. I could definitely see that working, perhaps, maybe, with a little bit of imagination, with a fuck ton of fan wanking justification. That could potentially work. And I have no doubt that this thing will be the subject matter of many a fan wank. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm in that mood. I am in that mood at the moment, and you're going to have to put up with the double entendres, the euphemisms, with the lewd imagery for quite a while, I imagine. Now what do I do? Oh yes, this is bizarre. This is a very unusual transformation. There's basically the bot mode, but you need to attach all of this! This mess needs to be attached to the back, and it does so via this one hinge here, which has multiple different configurations and is rather difficult to work out. There we go. That's how it goes. And then the arms clip in here. Yes, that's how that goes. Now, this thing, like all Beast Wars Transformers, this does something wonderful with its kibble. Its kibble consists largely of the spider mode legs, which just sort of go anywhere. But I tell you, the spider mode legs make the bot mode. They so do. Once positioned correctly, they look stunning. They make this thing one of the most beautiful bot modes you are ever likely to see. There is BotCon RC. Ooh, also known as Wreckers RC. This version of RC is eventually found by the Wreckers that are formed from the remains of Cybertronian civilization after Beast Wars Megatron decimates it, and you've got the likes of Cyclonus and Skywarp and Rodimus Prime in there. RC also very, very reluctantly joins them, and oh my god. I mean, her Generation 1 form, they never had a toy for it, mercifully, because it would have sucked. It's just a shit design. It's horrible, horrible pink nastiness. This is much more appropriate. Even though the mould is definitely Black Arachnia, it is made to be Black Arachnia, it also works very, very well as an upgraded RC, and it makes her look the business. It makes her look like some futuristic cyber warrior, which is what she is. Whilst in isolation, apparently, she learns all manner of Cybertronian martial arts, like Crystal Elocution, which Banzaitron is the master of in Generation 1, and other silly named things as well. She learns lots of ways of killing other bots, basically, and apparently does rather well at it. Wouldn't you love to see her and Black Arachnia on like the same team, or even having a bit of a scrap? That would be wonderful. I would lay odds on Black Arachnia winning that one, because she's a lot more vicious than RC is. But even so, just they've done a wonderful job with this repaint. They've made it very much like Tigerhawk was to Transmetal 2 Megatron. They have made it the thematic opposite of Black Arachnia, whereas Black Arachnia is darks and brooding purples and reds and blacks. RC is whites and pinks and blues, sort of sky shades, and it's just glorious. In fact, let me get Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia into her bot mode so we can do a proper comparison. Oh god, I love this toy. It's a bit, the only issue with it is, as I say, it's not really a toy. This thing, if you give it to a kid, it'll break. It'll break within seconds, because every inch of it is delicate. Not flimsy, delicate. There's a difference. I mean, there are quite a few female Transformer molds out there now, but most of them are rather generic. They don't really look, they don't have particularly feminine features. I mean, if you look at Striker, for example, from the Beast Machines range, Striker, well, let's not beat about the bush. Striker is a big old bull dyke of a vehicle. She really is. She's massive. Very, very, very masculine in looks and in nature. She doesn't really have the same distinction as Black Arachnia and RC. Let's put it that way. There are a couple of others as well from like other lines. I'm sure there are female Transformers in Cybertron and in Energon and whatnot. I can't think of any offhand because they're part of the Unicron trilogy, and the Unicron trilogy is a pile of wank! Ah, oh, there we are. There she is. There is Black Arachnia in her bot mode, which Well, as I say, it's one of the best bot modes of all Transformers. Out of any line ever, this is one of the very best bot modes in existence. It's glorious. And here she is alongside RC. Oh, God! Oh, I'm going to display these two together. Fuck it, she's not going back in her box. I'll store the box somewhere. She's too good. She's just too good to keep in that box. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There we have Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia, BotCon exclusive RC. Fucking hell! Just overjoyed to have both of these guys. Over fucking joyed.